Hi, I'm Kila.
And I'm Ashley.
And we met on TikTok when our stories collided.
After we discussed our crazy, people wanted to tell us they're crazy.
So join us as we unpack a whole lot of crazy.
And we named this podcast after the one thing we definitely have in common, raising our mamas.
So welcome to Raising Barbara Jean and Wanda.
Warning, following episode is intended for mature audiences only. It contains graphic descriptions, adult dialogue, and strong language. Listener discretion is advised.
We talk about dramatic shit. Welcome back, y'all.
Hey, y'all.
Is there a tornado out front?
Twister. Should we open the curtains?
Is that thunder?
Sounds like it.
I think it might. At first, I thought you were playing our intro over here.
Or it's a big truck running over lots of potholes.
Our cars?
Or cars.
Where's our cars? That truck hit them.
We don't have anything super interesting this week, but we're just going to shoot the shit for a while. But
Yeah.
I was telling them, I had texted them. I thought I was texting them. Apparently, I was just texting Trent. But one of my clients was like, I got to tell you something. Don't tell nobody. And I was like, okay. Like, I love that shit, you know. And honestly, I don't ever tell anybody because I usually forget it because it's usually not that juicy anyways. But anyways, I was like, what is it? And she was like, I listened to your podcast. And I was like,
Did she whisper it to you?
oh, yeah.
I listened to your podcast.
She's like, don't tell anyone. And I was like, okay.
Where did she tell you this at?
In my chair.
Oh my god.
And I was like,
Was anybody sitting close?
no. And I was like, oh, okay. And I was like, and then, you know, first I was like laughing. And then I was like, well, all we do is cuss on there. Like, we don't talk like sexual.
I mean, do
or,
we cuss that bad?
Not really.
not that bad.
I mean, we have been talking sexual here lately. We've been talking about that hot tour girl.
yeah, but like, that
Spin
ain't
on
even.
that thing.
And I was like, ha ha ha, that's funny. And then later I was like, I'm offended. What the hell? I was like, we don't do porn on the podcast.
Listen,
on
if you
OnlyFans.
can't be
Right.
loud and proud that you listen to us,
Yeah, then
Don't.
don't listen. Yeah, that's right.
don't.
I'm
Because
with
you should shout it from the. You should go into the salon going, girls, y'all need to listen to this podcast.
Exactly.
But I'm
That's the
from like
energy
a
I
Bible
want.
Belt, like a super Bible Belt, and there is no telling what everybody does behind closed doors. But they're like save face when they get out, and I'm the opposite.
But you know that Jesus hears you whether you hide it in your
But
house.
they don't care about that. They only care about what the other people think about them. You know.
I would tell them people to.
And I'm the opposite. I'm wild and crazy and cuss and all that. But when I get home, I like put my glasses on. And I like read a book and drink coffee and like try to solve the world's problems and stuff. You know, I'm like doing crocheting.
That's why we
And,
can't ever think about nothing to talk about.
yeah, and I'm like, really, if we got down to it, y'all probably lived much worse than I have.
Yeah.
but whatever.
We just put our shit on blast. Y'all try to
exactly.
keep
I'm
your
just-
secrets.
Yes, and
And God knows your secrets.
exactly. So
All your
anyways,
secrets. Cheers.
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 Cheers. Yes.
Cheers.
So
Listen or don't.
because we're proud of ourselves at the end of the day.
Y'all should be.
So if that comes up again, I'm gonna be like,
But do you have a podcast?
right.
Or are you just out here
no.
Yeah.
secretly listening?
She probably listened in like her closet in case somebody drove by. Like, shit.
I mean, and I don't think we're
That's
that
wild
bad.
to me.
I don't either.
know.
However, Kila, when I'm trying to find a small clip to put on Facebook, it's really difficult to not get one with the F word, like the F. I'm like, dang it.
Who says it more though?
Me.
Yes.
It's me.
And
I'm a cusser.
I am too.
I just love cussing. It's like it seasons the sentence, you know. It's like seasoning for
That's
the
what
sentence.
I've heard. I've heard people call it sentence enhancers.
See, that's it. That's all it is.
Aw.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It like seasons the sentence. And I'm not smart enough to do like really awesome adjectives. So
Because we don't know what they mean.
Right, we just do shit and hell and damn stuff like that, you know? So whatever. Anyways, I
Well.
thought that was funny that we're in the closet. Yeah.
I'm dead.
Do
I
not.
remember one time.
Move that.
I'm going to tell the story on here because I don't care. Why?
Yeah.
Oh,
No,
it mine.
no,
It
it's
was
just
mine.
kind of blogging.
So when Brian and I first got together the second time, Cade was little, our bonus baby, he was little. And so they didn't cuss around Cade or anything. And then, here I come and I don't hold it back. And, like Cade ruled the roost. Like I remember one time Cade did not want to go to his mom's. His mom invited us for dinner and he didn't want to go because he didn't want to put his shoes on. And Brian was like, I'll go pick it up. I'll be right back. And I'm like, your mom don't have a damn drive-through. Get your shoes on. We're going to eat at Mammy's. I mean, and he was
Yes.
just like, yes, ma'am.
Yes.
But they didn't cuss in front of him. And so one time I told him to get his ass in gear in the morning. I was like, hurry and get your ass in gear. We got to go because he's not a morning person.
Yeah.
And like Jeannie did not let him come over that night to our house.
The mom?
Yes. And called Brian and was like, Kila cussed my kid. And I mean, he's not coming. And so Brian calls and he's like, you know, what happened this morning? You done cussed Cade? And I'm like, I thought we had a good morning. I don't even know what I said.
Yes,
and I'm
'cause
like,
it's what we say.
and so Cole got out of school and I was telling Cole about it. He was like, oh, you said the D word. And I was like, what? And he was like, you said damn. And I was like, oh, no, ass. And I was like, because I said, get your ass in gear. I was so mad. I called Brian's ex-wife, and I'm like, I said ass. I didn't say, okay, you little motherfucker.
Right,
I mean, get your ass in gear. I said, get your ass in gear.
Yes, I don't get
and
that.
so it was a big to-do. I mean, because they did not cuss in front of him. But then we went out to dinner with, like, his baseball coach and his wife, like, 2 weeks later, and the whole time we're sitting there, like, they are GD in this, and I don't say that way.
Yeah.
And, like, F-bombing, and I'm sitting there going...
Really?
Are you kidding?
Right.
Who's going to correct him? Because Cade's sitting right here at this table
Right.
with us, and nobody did. But
Like, and I think
she's over it now, I guess. And Cade turned out good. And I mean, he does drop an F bomb every now and then.
Right.
Sometimes on national TV, but it's fine.
Like, I don't understand. I don't get.
And
like,
I guess he got it from me.
Right. I don't get the severity of it. I don't like. I get maybe F, you know, whatever, MF, GD.
Yes.
You don't want to say that, like, whatever. But I don't get the like severity of it.
I mean, I
Like,
should do better. I try better.
but it's
But,
just a
I mean,
word.
it's just a word.
It's not even about like it's whatever you're talking about's worse than
Yeah.
the word. You know what I mean? Like, to me, I'm like, if you judge me on how I speak, I'd hate to see your heart.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Now-
Because that's the
Bars
thing.
right there.
What about kids cussing? Do you?
I did not. Fluoxetine has actually helped me with that. Before, if
Can we
my-
get an applause for that? It's helped us all.
well, if I had like before, oh my gosh, if my kids cussed, I would have been like, you know.
Right.
But now, like
Yeah.
at 16,
And they're adults too. So.
Well, Aniston started like at
Yeah.
16, she would say like, you know, damn or hell or something, and now she's like dropping F bombs. I'm like, Aniston Lake, we do not. But yeah, like, no, it's not that big of a deal. Like, as long as they're not like out in public screaming at, you know, children around. Like, if they're talking to me, I'm like, you know, try to keep it.
Yeah. And like
Or-
I remember Brian and I when what is his name? Zach Brown Band, is that it?
Mm-hmm.
Toes in the Water. And like Cade knows every word, every song. He's like his daddy. And so when Cade was probably 6 or 7 and that song was popular, and Brian's like, oh, he would never say that. And I was like, I bet he does. And Brian was like, no. And of course he was sitting there, you know, toes in the water, ass in the sand. I should be like, he taught me that word.
Now Hagen is like, and his mom would die if she knew that I cuss like I do. Like, I will say,
Oh,
like,
you don't think she listens to our podcast?
oh no, she doesn't have a computer or anything.
Oh.
She don't even turn her FM radio on in the car.
Oh. You think anybody's told her about your podcast?
Oh no, no, they wouldn't even know who I was.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, she knows I have a podcast. She has
Oh.
no idea what a podcast is, so she's like, okay, cool.
We're safe. We're safe there.
Yeah, she has no idea what a podcast is. I'm like, it's like a television show without the screen. She's like,
She's trying to get her bunny ears.
yeah, she's like, yeah, right.
Putting a
Why
lemon
is it
full
not
on
coming?
Yeah, I will like say like damn or ass or something in front of her, but I always say excuse my language, but you know what I mean, like because I don't want to have a heart attack. Clutch your pearls, but she's liable to. So I was going to let's talk about the difference of. I guess normal people. I don't know. I've never known people like this, but maybe now Trent's family probably does this. So this is how I don't want to say like how much money they have because they're not like filthy rich.
Mm-hmm.
But my mother-in-law will literally be at a intersection and see a tree that she likes at a business and will whip over there and go ask them what's that tree called, and then they have to find the arborist, and the arborist has to tell them. Look, I'm not kidding you, this happened more than once. Okay, like she is like it's a dwarf, blah 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 blah, and I'm like, I have like that is first world problems right there. That is first. And then so I say this in the shop, and I'm like, I've never met anyone that's like that. And our client was like, well, I've kind of done that before. And I'm like,
To find out what kind of tree? Or
yes. So they can plant it in their own
Yeah, I
yard.
can't. That's never happened in my life.
Because she likes crepe myrtles. Obviously, they're the prettiest tree. And she saw some that are dwarf crepe myrtles, but there's only one man that makes them because he's like hybrid.
I don't
It's
even
like
know what would you say a crank myrtle?
No, crepe. Crepe.
Crank myrtle.
It's not a meth myrtle. It's a crepe. Crepe myrtle.
Crepe
it's like
myrtle.
It's like
Crank myrtle.
Crank myrtle
So
is is the
boy.
title of this episode.
No, it's like it's the trees that like has a lot of branches, not super tall, but it's got flowers all over it. Okay, I'm gonna find it for you. I love these.
I'm dead.
However,
Crepe
Tree,
myrtle.
you didn't know what she said either.
I know what a crepe myrtle is. Yo, it is not.
I have no
well,
idea.
she did
It
say
is
the other day
not
she
a
don't care about her
crepe
yard. So
myrtle. Crank that myrtle.
let me find a picture.
Oh my god, I'm dead. I'm a deceased
She
person.
called
Crank Myrtle is the
Shut
title.
like this. Kila.
We got an episode. After all this, we got an
We can put that on a shirt.
Crank Myrtle.
I mean, hot
Like
to a
that.
girl. You give me the
Look.
crank myrtle girl.
It's like that. Anyways, there's like dwarf ones, so they were smaller, and this guy like makes them. It's like a hybrid. He's the only one that has this, and so she like.
So she got to the bottom of it.
Oh yeah, and she don't have internet or anything, so she does it like the
Oh,
old-fashioned
man.
way. Like she can't Google it. She don't know about Google.
Well, there's a part of
Is
me
it
that
these?
respects it.
Yeah.
Okay, because that's not what you showed me. You showed me the green things.
Oh, let me see. No, it's like the flowering tree. They're beautiful, and I love them, and I have one. But it's like
Crank Myrtle.
6 inches.
I mean,
inches
I
tall.
got a bunch of tall trees in my yard. I don't know what they are.
Well, I mean,
Probably
that's
Crank Myrtles.
probably.
The kind the squirrels live in.
But I said that in the shop, and then
Squirrels.
one of our clients was
They
like,
have acorns.
"Yeah, I've done that before," and I'm like, I said she got 13 of them, and like 3 of them died, and she like called the guy and was like, "Hey," he like sent her
I
more.
need a refund.
Yes,
for
and I'm like,
these
I didn't even know.
Really?
Yes, but he
That's
did.
not on.
No. Apparently, like the seed world, like where you buy seeds and
Yeah.
bulbs, they serious. You're
Oh,
not
I
about to
know.
send them no duds. Nah. Because he said he got some
And-
muscadine duds, and he called him and said, I ain't going to ask for my money back right now, but I expect y'all to make it right.
Wow.
Oh, one of our besties works in the seed industry.
Oh, really? Pot
Yeah.
seeds? I mean, Barbara Jean did too, pot seeds.
No, he actually, he actually
Hey,
works in the real
did
seed.
your mom smoke pot? Like when they would smoke a seed, like accidentally and it would pop, and you'd like, God dang you, she screamed. Scare her, and I'm like, I loved it. Like, I hope there's a seed in that joint.
Just for
She'd
the-
start cussing, and then and then she'd calm back down because she was high, but you know. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Anyways,
I
but I
forget
didn't know
about
people
that.
like,
Stop the car and
yeah.
yeah.
Like,
I've never witnessed that. In my
Okay.
life.
I mean, I mean, I would stop a car for a lot of things. But
I
a damn
guess some
tree
people
ain't
would
one
do
of
that
them.
for like clothes or something. You know what I mean? Like if they liked clothes, but she
Did it
Oh, and
for a
she,
tree.
yeah, and she come to my husband and said, I want this type of clock. And he put it into Google, and she stood there, and she was like, no, it has to be this type. And they only have them in England, so they had to ship it over here. It like cost half of what the clock cost just to ship it. And I'm like, I'm not ungrateful or anything, but I'm like, that's some real first world problems right there. Like,
Great day.
Yeah.
I mean, I get it. That's great. It's just, I've never known anybody like that. But they're super like,
Yeah, I don't know anybody like that.
Mm-hmm.
Still.
yeah. Well, my client, I'll let you meet him. You can. And he's like, oh yeah, I'm all about that. He's like, I've stopped before. I'm like, oh, for some
Okay.
muscadine vines. I'm like, pretty sure we had some like growing outside the trailer park. Probably had meth infused in it or whatever. It's fine. But yeah,
Well, I'm shooketh.
yeah,
Yeah. That's some craziness.
yeah. Because I'm looking at her like.
Great day. First
Oh.
world problems and
And they're
crank
not like
myrtles.
they're not like super expensive. It's not like they were, $1,000 for a tree or nothing. Like they're, reasonably priced. It's just
I
that
mean, I don't even know how much a damn tree costs.
Where does
I've
the
never
tree-
priced a tree.
they're not that like it's not like $1 million, but I'm like,
I've never had money just to price a tree.
right. But people do.
decorating on a dime.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're Team U and
Temu,
Dollar Tree.
Sheen or Cheyenne or
Yeah.
whatever
Sheen.
people call it. Sheen.
Shane.
Flash
I mean, I was trying to get fake plants to put in my.
planters so you don't have to water
And if
them.
y'all come to my house, y'all would think I needed some crank myrtles because I pulled them weeds a long time ago, and my
Any-
husband
well, yeah.
let them grow back, and I ain't pulling them again, so it won't get done till next year. if
Let me
we
say
put
this,
anything in our
like-
yard.
I'm thankful to be a part of the family so I can learn.
Yeah.
I learned a lot from them because I
Yeah.
didn't even know what a crepe myrtle was either until them, obviously. But it's just like mind blowing to me that you have like one side, like there could be it's polar opposites. You know what I mean? Like people who
Like, I
are,
just want to call somebody right now and say, do you know what a crepe myrtle is?
Kila, I would almost bet 80% of the people that answer would say yes.
Oh, I don't know.
I don't know.
I'm trying to think of somebody. Like, your people think they would say yes too?
Yeah,
Oh.
it's a pretty
That's
popular tree because it's flowering. You know what I mean? Like, I love that. Once my mother-in-law said them, I was like, I don't know what that is, and then I googled it and I was like, oh, I love those. Yes, I didn't know what they were called. And
Well,
then
I'm sure a lot of people don't know what they're called, but I mean, I bet I bet my people wouldn't know what they were.
Where's that pen? Sorry.
Push what?
You don't get it, Judy.
Like, my husband probably be like, what the hell are you talking
Crepe
about?
myrtle?
Crepe
You ever
myrtle.
heard of that?
Yeah.
that's stormy.
Yeah, well, that's interesting because I didn't know people were like that with trees. I would probably, I would like turn around like that for some kind of food I like.
like that smelled
Chocolate.
good.
All right,
I
that's
mean,
some boiled peanuts.
Shaved ice.
Wait, is that somebody's kitchen? Like, excuse me, man, what are you cooking? Yeah.
I
Same.
What a
mean,
tree.
something, but not a tree.
No. Yeah. It's
Yeah.
First
just
world problems.
yeah,
and
some of the
crank myrtles.
things I'm like, for instance, I think I've already said this on a podcast, but I may not have. She liked the intro to HGTV's Fixer Upper. And in the intro, there's a chandelier. And she said, like, this is kind of what it looks like. She don't have internet. She don't have anything like that. So she kind of drew me a picture. So I went on to HGTV, watched the intro. She's like, find me that chandelier. So I did. I called HGTV because I
No,
was
you
like,
didn't.
she
She didn't call Chip and Joanna.
right. Well, I emailed them and then I called and I was like, I know this is insane, but my mother-in-law does not have Google and I don't know. I found some, but I don't know if it's the same thing. And she was like, no, I can totally tell you where, so if y'all ever want something that's on HGTV, they know where it's from. Yeah. You can email them and say, hey, I want to know.
Oh, well, that's interesting to know.
Yeah. Yeah. So, but that's how, like, again, first world problems. She's like, it has to be that one. And I'm like, okay. So I found her one, but it wasn't painted. So she had a guy paint it or whatever. And I was like, girl, I could have done that with some apple barrel from Walmart. I mean, I might have done Waverly. I might have bouged it up a little bit and done some chalk paint, but whatever. I was like, and Mod Podge over the top of it, I could have hooked her up. There ain't no telling what she paid for that, but.
Look, the only tree I know about is that painted tree over here where you go and you shop. I know all about the painted tree.
So you don't know about, like, Bradford pears?
I know they give you allergies.
Yes, they
A
bloom.
lot of people
They're
cut
pretty
them down.
and they grow really fast. If a tree grows really fast, it's soft wood. If a tree grows really slow, it's hard wood. Yes. Yeah. Hey, I like that Sam guy that is on like PBS
So
or
if
something
it-
on Sundays.
If it grows really fast, it's softwood.
Yeah.
And if it grows really slow, it's hardwood. That's kind of opposite of.
Ain't that a
What you would think.
contradiction?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
That's what she said. She never
Yes.
said that because, I mean, it's kind of opposite of what she would
Yeah,
say.
like you can't get floors out of Bradford pears because they grow 62 feet in 5 years. Like this wood is so soft, so you would have to get them from like white oak or cherry, or those are slow growing.
What's cedar? Cedar's.
Yeah, I
hard.
would say it's hardwood.
Yeah.
I would say because they grow slow. Wait, yeah, it's the
Yeah.
pine trees that grow fast. So
Yeah.
that like
Pines,
at
they
when you get to like
sappy.
Lowe's, that's like the cheaper wood.
My head is dirty thinking right now.
We know.
softwood.
Yeah. We
Grows
know.
fast.
Here I am thinking I'm really like teaching Kila about
And all I'm
trees.
thinking about is the hardwood
And
grows
look, I
slow.
only remember random shit. Where the hell did you know that if it snows and the flakes are big, that means the weather's warmer, like the temperature's warmer?
No.
If they're smaller flakes, the temperature's colder. So the bigger flakes means it's probably not going to stick. I literally am full of fun facts, useless information.
Hey, there's a guy from my hometown. I gotta give a shout out. Will Maney. We call him Maney Miss.
What up, Will?
What's up, man?
And yeah, it's
Y'all
like,
call
hey,
him Mr. Will?
no.
God, she's still on the wheelie over here.
Oh my god. No, but Will would always be like on some Appalachian latching shit
From Appalachian Mountain.
from the Appalachian
Lation.
stuff. Weird. He's like, hey, when the wind started blowing, he's like, it's going to rain in 45 minutes.
Is he right?
And sure enough, more times than not. They call them Manny Miss, but they're more times than not accurate.
Well, he's probably like raised on a farm, and those farmers know. You know what I mean? Like the Farmer's Almanac. I bought one the year that I was getting married because I was going to see if it was going to rain on my wedding day.
Smart.
I have no idea. It was like, I was like, wait, is there a space in there or a period, or is it just letters and numbers? Why I thought I was going to be able to read it. I just went outside and was like, nope, I don't know. I was like, I guess I'll know whenever, if it rains, it's going to rain. It'll be wet, you know?
I would never buy one. I'd go into wherever and look it up and then leave it.
Well, I really thought like.
Because why would you need one?
Well,
farmers need it to predict how to plant their crops.
Well, I know why a farmer needs it.
Right.
Why would you need it?
For my wedding.
Oh.
I didn't want to have it in the
Can't leave that up to
church.
chance.
Yeah. I didn't want to have it in the church. The church had red carpet, and I didn't want.
Red carpet.
Yes.
So you know it's real nice.
It was so old and it was so beautiful. And here's another thing that my mother-in-law, for my wedding, if it was going to be there, she was like, I'm going to have it painted. And I'm like, no, you're not going to have it painted.
You're going to have a whole church painted?
The whole church painted if my wedding was going to be there.
Yo.
Now, it's a small church, but like I was like, no, I love it looks shabby chic to me, you know. And she was like, no, I'm going to have it painted. And then I was like, it's not the paint. If you could have the carpet ripped up, actually. It's red.
Yo.
And she may have actually said that because she's like on the board of this church. Nobody goes there. It's just like one of them old churches that like they have a homecoming every year or something. So she's on the board of advisors or whatever the hell that's called. And I don't know. I've never been on board for anything. But anyways, yeah, she's like, no, I'm gonna have it painted. And I'm like,
hey,
oh my gosh,
skip the painting, rip the
You
carpet.
replace the carpet.
I was like, even if it's plywood under there, it's gotta look better than this.
Oh, that's
Look,
so
you're
funny.
making my mother-in-law is like a mafia bitch. I'm
Hey,
not
that
kidding.
comes in
She gets
handy.
shit done. She does not play around.
Yeah.
I mean, if she says something in that family, everybody listens to her.
Yeah.
I mean, I think she's jerked a few people up before, and I
Yeah.
mean, she's a mafia bitch.
That's real.
Like, there's not
My
much
mother-in-law comes when she gets away from like everybody.
I mean, she's not a bitch. She'll have me,
But she's
knocked
a
off.
bitch. You know what I mean? Like, she's not a bitch.
She
She's
is a boss bitch.
Yes,
though.
yes.
We laugh at her because
Yes.
We
like
don't
when her
want no
boyfriend.
problems.
My mother-in-law is the epitome of a sweet Southern lady. Like, I didn't even know that, like, Southern living, like, I didn't know that was actually a, thing. So they just staged these homes and took pictures of them and was like, they got these curtains from, well, no, those people actually exist. And I did not know that until my mother-in-law. But in her defense, she's taught me a lot. Like,
Yeah.
and they literally look at me like, slow, because they're so fascinated with me because I do not hold back. So my customer that like listen to the podcast, like I talk like this in front of I don't say F word, but like I talk like that in front of my in-laws, and they're like, holy shit.
That is so funny.
Yeah, they look at me like I'm from a third world country, and I'm like, yeah, pretty much am. Yeah. But yeah.
Oh my god.
I mean, mine is sweet as pie. She can cook, but you don't
Mine
cross
can
her.
too.
Oh, you
I mean-
don't want no problems.
No crossing.
So she's like JD Vance's grandmother.
Yes.
Mamaw. Like
Yeah.
my nanny.
Yeah.
She beat the hell out of somebody, but yeah, she was the same way.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. But yeah, so takes all kinds of kinds. And I know that my in-laws are very happy that I became their daughter-in-law.
And I know my mother-in-law she does know what a crank, what is it?
Myrtle.
A
Crepe
crank
myrtle.
myrtle is.
Crepe myrtle.
Oh, crepe myrtle. I like my version better.
Yeah, yeah. Soldier boy.
She knows what a crepe myrtle is.
Crank
Yeah.
that myrtle.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, but
I'm dead.
yeah. But
Ew.
she'd cut you if she needed to.
No.
We know.
If I had to call somebody to help me hide the body, I would call me.
I'm her in our family. My mother-in-law's like, Ashley,
Get them.
what's wrong doing? Do you want over there? Going over there?
Wrongdoing.
No, actually, they're like, please, hope she don't see that. Hope she don't see that. Hope she don't see that. Please, God, don't let her see that.
You're trying to distract your mother-in-law.
Yes.
Hey, come here.
The kids will be like, they'll like take over and like, hey, get your ass up here. I know you ain't going to that pond. And she's like, shivering over here like, oh God. And I'm like, oh, I'm sorry. And, she's like, dear Lord, what did I do? Because she did try to hook Hagen up with this girl that like sews and cooks and crochets and goes to their church. And I don't know if you ever went on a date with her, but I do all that, just ghetto-fied. You know what I mean? With like a cigarette in my mouth and a messy blood, cussing the kids. So I do all that, but
I don't know how to sew.
I don't either, but I can hand
balance,
sew.
yo.
Oh.
They need some balance.
I think so too.
Come on.
Yeah, because Hagen's like, don't cuss in front of the kids. I'm like, I cuss in front of my kids, and they turned out fine.
Right?
They're good.
Facts.
So today, Anderson said shit, and Sissy said, you don't say that. She said, only Mama says that. And I was like, no, Mama shouldn't say that either, but she did. She said, you don't say that. Only Mama says that. I was like, well, hey, you're learning.
Hey, that's great
Yeah.
parenting.
Yeah. So,
I do want to say one thing.
yeah.
I was talking to somebody about the show the other day, and nothing but praise and flowers, but like just
my
how
client. She left a review. I'm just gonna
Oh, are you telling? Did your
tell
client
us.
listen to us?
No, I was just talking about how the show's working, and it's like a celebration of like y'all both came from super traumatic stuff,
Yeah.
and it literally stops with y'all,
Yeah.
and that's something to
Well, I
celebrate.
mean, it's watered down with
If you ask our
we
children,
diluted it. Like, I mean, it's not completely stopped, but like we diluted it a lot.
No, but that's major.
But we're hoping that
That's
our
major.
kids is where it
yes,
stops.
there you
Yeah.
go.
hey, we do need to give a shout out. What's our podcast boys that were here last week that think we're crazy?
Unpopular opinion.
Unpopular
opinions.
opinions.
They love y'all.
I mean, they probably thought we were crazy because we were really trying
To be involved in
to
their
be involved
podcast.
in their. You didn't. I mean, it's not. I don't do sports.
We didn't know it was a sports podcast. It was. It's
And
That's still
basketball.
the funniest thing ever.
And
Ronnie
so,
James.
I was trying to
stories.
Google, like as y'all were talking about some Trey
Young.
Young. So
Yeah.
I Googled him
And she showed me a picture.
And I did TREY, which that's not it. It's TRAE.
Yep, there you go. You're
I was like,
learning.
huh.
You're learning.
So,
so
who was
we
the next?
didn't understood that they were on sports.
Yes.
We were
So
there.
then the next one, I thought y'all were talking about Ronnie James. And his little girlfriend was sitting over here, and she was so cute because I was like, "Who the hell?"
This is
and
like
I Googled Ronnie James, and he was so.
it looks like Neil Young.
hippie singer. And when I pull it up, she starts laughing, and I start laughing because I'm like. And then she tells
He's
me,
like the god of folk or something.
yeah. Then she tells me it's Bronny James.
It's LeBron James' son.
And I was
yes.
like, oh. And so,
Well,
and there
when-
was somebody else too.
When
It's
Kila pulled that
LeBron
up,
James' son is who they're
When
referring
Kila
to.
pulled that
I
up.
didn't know. I was just trying to keep up with the conversation so I
God.
could appear smart. And of
well,
course, I'm
when,
not.
when she pulled
Well,
up,
then I start laughing and they're looking, and I had to just leave because I was like, I'm going to be interrupting their podcast.
well, I had to leave because when she pulled up the Ronnie James, I was like, okay, I'm really fucking lost now. Now we're talking about folk singers.
And
So I was like,
No.
I'm going outside, and then she come out there. She was like, no, they said, bro. I was like, oh, I was about to say, like, I'm in left field
and
over
Ronnie
here.
James, I mean, we can't talk about you because we don't. I've never heard of who he is, but
He's like, is
What?
it like blue Americana,
he is a.
bluegrass?
You
I mean,
sent
he
me the
died in May
screenshot.
16th of
I died.
2010. He was
God
an
bless
American
him.
heavy
R.I.P.
metal
God bless him.
singer.
Heavy metal.
Heavy metal.
He only had 7 strands of hair. He was slinging that around.
I mean, girl,
I thought he was folk. Oh,
he got a little more than 7.
it's like Richard Simmons if he grew it out.
Ronnie James.
This is Ronnie James,
Ron-
and this is clearly
not who
Not-
they were
not
talking
who they were
about.
talking
He's
about.
not a sports.
Yeah, and so
It's LeBron James'
I-
son.
Well, okay, I know that now, Trent, but I did not
Okay.
know that.
That is one of the funniest
I had to
things
leave 'cause
of
I was
all
I
like-
was just
time.
trying to.
Have you ever
figure out-
gotten into a conversation and you're like, oh my gosh, I have no idea what they're talking about? And
That was the whole conversation.
yeah,
Yeah.
then you just stand there and like smile and
I
Bruh,
mean,
I love those guys.
I was trying
it's
to-
so fun.
I was trying to
it's so
keep
fun.
up, and I was trying to, join in the conversation. Of course, I should.
as usual.
yeah, I was like, I'm going outside because I am so
But I'm
lost
just going
right
to
now.
show y'all the difference in these two characters. Because,
Ronnie versus Bronny. Wow, let's go.
yeah. Hold on a minute.
But we were trying to be supportive.
I mean, I was, because, we had fun with them, and then
They love y'all.
we had to go because.
Reese was like, "Oh my gosh, yo, it's Kila and Ashley."
But I don't know. Is this,
Yeah.
if you can see
No,
this?
do your camera.
Oh, if you can see this good.
Yeah. Where's the difference? I can't find it.
Huh?
I'm joking.
Oh.
I'm joking.
I was like, it's a side by side trend. I was like, you're going to zoom back out and figure it out.
And so
We're
this
so
to your
done.
boys on
I
unpopular
will-
opinion. And if
they
you're a
will
sports
die.
lover or no sports lovers, tell all your sports loving.
Hey, is that a picture of your titties down there? You might want to change. She looked. She looked.
She looked.
She was like, oh my God, my teeth. I didn't send it to Brian.
Shit. Damn it.
I'm dead. I'm just saying.
But y'all go listen to their
Ronnie-
podcast. Now, is it just about basketball or just all
No,
sports?
it's about everything. It's hilarious.
I mean, Trent should
Unpopular
probably
opinions.
fill us in unpopular opinions
Oh
before he
my
brings
gosh.
us in to see y'all. Because
Hey, Reese
Man.
got so excited.
I thought y'all were going to be talking about people's opinions and how unpopular
I did
they
too.
were.
Well, that definitely comes up.
And I was like, well, I ain't going to say shit because I don't ever know enough facts to like.
My husband should come be on y'all's
Ronnie.
podcast.
Don't try to fact check me.
Because he thinks
I-
he knows everything about sports. And he just thinks he knows everything about everything.
Ronnie James is the funniest thing of all.
Well, sorry, Bronny James. I clearly know the difference now.
Hey, this was actually a fire episode. This was a good
Hey, we need more people to come on.
Come on.
I want some stories.
Well, we probably just have to reach out to people to come on.
that too.
Well, other podcasts, they just email them.
Hey, plug the email real quick.
Barbara Jean and Wanda at gmail.com.
Send your crazy.
Yeah, send your crazy stories. It doesn't have to be about your mama. It don't have to be about your childhood.
It can be about your boyfriend,
It
your
can be
brother,
like last
your
Tuesday.
mother-in-laws.
Yeah.
Mother-in-laws.
I just want to hear people's stories. I
Yeah.
love it.
Yeah.
I'm so interested in people's stories.
Well, we did it, y'all.
Yep.
Well, we recorded an episode and didn't even mean to because we didn't know we were talking about. We never know what we're
No,
talking
we
about.
can shoot the
and
shit.
even if we got something to talk about, we ain't talking about it.
No.
it'll be
Maybe
off,
for 2 minutes and
off
then,
the cuffy.
Yeah.
you know.
We're not scripty.
Scripty.
Damn it! You took the words right
You
out
got
of
to say
me.
Appalachian, so.
Appalachian Appalachian.
Appalach. Latch on
Trent,
to-
have you listened to Hillbilly Elegy?
No.
Maybe you should.
Maybe.
No, he'll not like him even more.
He likes us. He might be our brother. Trent.
Barely. He puts up with us because he's
Nah, I
scared
love
of
y'all.
us. He knows
I
we'll
love
find
y'all.
him.
This family.
Oh, you think that's why he keeps us around?
Yeah.
No, I
100%.
love
He keeps us
y'all.
around because
I
he
love
knows I
y'all.
know where he lives.
Yeah, exactly.
No, I love y'all.
And he knows that.
And JD
Yeah.
Vance, low key a clown. I'll say it.
No, he's not. He's wonderful.
He's wonderful.
And
He
Usha
rips people
and their
off
dog.
and-
No, I'm just kidding.
I mean,
know him.
all of Trent's shows besides ours are scripted.
Scripty.
Scripty. All right.
Okay, we love y'all.
Oh,
Follow
hey,
us.
hold on. How did Fourth Friday go?
It was fire. Y'all need to come to the next
Did
one.
you go?
No.
Slacker.
I know.
Hey, feature podcast on the August birthday edition. It's my birthday. Y'all
It's
gotta
my
come.
birthday.
It's my birthday.
It's my husband's birthday. When's your birthday?
27th.
25th.
Ah, let's go.
Brian's
Big
18th.
Virgo season.
Oh, God. Y'all
Big
think y'all are
Virgo
right.
season.
Oh, that makes sense now.
It sure as shit does.
What are you?
I'm a Gemini.
I don't keep up with that shit either.
It makes total sense.
Yeah,
Does
it
it?
really does.
Yeah.
Hey,
You're
Hey,
saying
y'all
that
are
Trent
here.
and I got a
Y'all-
lot in common?
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't make any sense at all
Look,
to me.
I don't know anything about astrology except for like the main thing. And this girl was like, my husband, he doesn't ever listen to me and blah, blah, blah. And I said, are you a Virgo? And she goes, yeah, how'd you know?
I just did that.
And I said, oh. She goes, how'd you know? I said, well, y'all think y'all are always right. So that makes
don't think
and
I'm always
my
right.
sister turned around and she goes, that's because we are. And I was like, right.
I don't think I am right most of
You
the time.
don't
though.
think you're always right?
No.
That's fake.
And
news.
I'll admit if I'm wrong about something.
Me too.
I'm the first one to say,
Yeah.
okay, I'm wrong.
Well, I'm like, I don't say it unless I've got like factual. Well, I really said that's kind of a lie, but you know what I mean? Like, I don't even say nothing
You're
unless
a
I like,
touch of a Virgo.
yeah.
You
Oh.
flirting with it.
Yeah. Well,
You're one season off.
but I just like, you know,
Yeah, I'm not.
I just let,
I'm like.
I
I've
just
been
don't give a
told
damn, and I'm
a-
gonna say what I got to say, either like it or don't.
Yeah.
Or
I'm an anomaly of a Virgo because I'm not like super organized or super.
are Virgo's super organized?
That's one of the main things.
I think were y'all premature?
My mom was a crackhead, Ashley, probably. I probably wasn't supposed to be born in October.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, we love
I
y'all.
Love y'all.
Follow
Love
us.
y'all.
Love
Yep.
y'all.
See you next week.
Bye.
Bye, hookup. Thank you for staying around for all of our crazy.
Be sure to like, follow, and share with everyone you know.
Even them whores you don't like.
And leave us a 5-star review.
We'll see you next time.
Bye, bitches.